Hey y'all. So I've been seeing this with Rosie Perez going around, and initially I kind of wasn't going to say anything, but it's still circulating. So I started looking into it, and frankly, Rosie Perez is the epitome of a Latino person who uses their proximity to Black American culture to get on and become famous. Because we wouldn't know who you were if it wasn't for Black men like Spike Lee and Keenan Ivory Wayans giving you a platform. And you use that platform to go and make negative comments now, well over a year or so later, probably almost 2 years later, about Kamala Harris. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's ridiculous because your biggest issue was that you were talking to the people and you were talking to people in your family who were Trump supporters, and you were talking to Democrats, Republicans, all of these people, and they were telling you that the economy was the problem and that you explained that to the Harris campaign, but they didn't listen. And you claim that you were on the campaign trail for her and that people were saying this on the campaign trail. My issue with you is if you're on the campaign trail for someone, you should be able to clearly speak to things then. So you should be able to speak to the fact that the economy is not a Biden Harris problem. You should have been educated enough to explain to people that the economy is the way that it is because of Trump, and how if you have a president in for 4 years, it takes 8 years really to make change. Your first 4 years are either skating on a good that you got from the previous person or trying to fix the bad you got from the previous person. So a lot of Biden's 4 years was based on trying to fix all the shit that Trump messed up. You should have been able to explain that, but you couldn't because you weren't educated enough on it. And that's probably why it fell on deaf ears with her campaign, because if you couldn't explain it to the people on the street, if you couldn't explain it to your own family members, how are you regurgitating this to her campaign in a way that was understood? It's giving you don't know how to have the conversation. And so all you did was say, they want to talk about economy, but you didn't have the bandwidth to expand on that. And the fact that you have MAGA in your family as a Latina tells me a lot about you, because it tells me you were in family and raised by people who have a proximity to whiteness. And so that alone is an internalized issue with you. You are a classic case of a Latina woman who loves Black men, but you don't really like Black women. You love, though, to be laid up under a Black man. And you like the Black American culture that got you where you needed to be. But in the reality, you don't like Black women. And that's why you will get your ass on a podcast now and say this negative stuff that's not even necessary to be said. And this is why we need to gatekeep our culture.